Hey there, welcome to Activate. Amanda here, and today we've got a 15-minute foam rolling stretch. This is definitely prenatal friendly for my mamas. And of course, if you just need to decompress, this is a great way for some self-care, some you time, and of course, restoring the muscles and tissues of your body. So grab your foam roller and let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and come onto all fours, and then foam roller is gonna go right in front of you. All right, you can walk your knees back. And I just want you to think of putting your forearms on there. All right, from there, come into that child's pose. Open those knees, let your tummy just kind of rest between your legs, and you should feel good stretch through your chest. Now, if this feels good, you're gonna just start to go ahead, roll towards yourself, right? Breathe in. And then exhale, you can roll out on those forearms, right? So you might have to play with this a little bit just to find the sweet spot. Rolling in, rolling out, and breathing as it feels naturally for you, right? The more you surrender and kind of let yourself settle into the breath, breathe in, belly expand, exhale. So rolling out through the forearms is so good, right? We get so much tension, right, from our wrists. I just want you to kind of release through it. And that's because our forearms are tight sometimes. Now, I want you to give yourself one more. Breathe in, and then exhale. Let's walk out with our hands on that foam roller and just kind of let your chest drape forward. Now, if this is enough, hang here. If you want to get deeper, we're gonna walk our hands to the right corner of your foam roller. Left arm's gonna extend, and just think of pressing your hips back to the right. Breathe in, exhale. This should feel good, like a good oppositional stretch. Releasing the lats, releasing through the glute. Nice deep breath in again. And when you're ready, exhale, blow it out through the mouth. All right, we're gonna switch our side. So gently walking your hands through center, and then taking the right hand over towards that left corner of your foam roller. Take a big breath in. Belly expands, exhale, press your hips back towards that right corner. And just kind of let your head fall. Let the hips fall to heels. You good. You might also feel a stretch through your shoulder joint. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Awesome. Gently lift your gaze. All right, we're gonna come on up. We're gonna get seated on your foam roller, right? So get it just scooching around. Foam roller is gonna go behind you. We're gonna just sit on it. And then from there, just kind of extending the legs long. You wanna scooch down. We're gonna go for a sacrum roll, okay? So kind of right where the tailbone is, just roll there for a second. Find it. It could be intense once you're there. Breathe in and just exhale, start to roll, okay? So you may need to kind of feel around for a bit, finding that sweet spot of what feels good. If it feels nice to hang here, you can. If you prefer legs extended, knees still soft, you can. Breathe in, exhale as you roll. And you gotta really just kind of relax into it. All right, few things you could also do, okay? As you're kind of rolling out here, if you find a knot or a tight point, maybe just hold it there for a second. You can stay there, rock the knees side to side. That'll kind of work out that knot, work out those kinks, right? Trying to find that elasticity. Breathe in, good, and then exhale. All right, now you can either stick with those or option to go ahead, just take a seated like figure four or crossover, and you can kind of roll towards that cheek, yeah? You're gonna feel it get into that like glute med, the side. As you're rolling here, come back to that nice diaphragmatic breath. Breathe in. Exhale. I know. Your breath is gonna be your best friend with foam rolling, all right? And slow. I try to introduce my partner to this, and it's amazing watching him just literally get so tense with this, and he tries to do it fast, and I'm like, no, honey, that's not gonna do the job. Slow and steady. It's hard to slow down. So kudos to you taking some time to do that today. Breathe in. Exhale. So this will be good. This is gonna release the glutes a bit, which helps relax through your hip complex, your pelvis. Gently, I'm gonna switch sides, all right? So again, if you crossed over, we're switching out those legs comfortably, safely. Big breath in, exhale, roll it out. And like I said, I kind of like to lean towards the cheek a little bit. You do have to use the strength of your arms, so making sure you're pressing out of those arms, trying to relax through the shoulders, relax through the neck, breathe in. Exhale on the roll. Oh yeah, this side's a little tighter, but it feels good. So we're getting right into that nice meaty part of the glute. Yeah, you should feel that tissue there, and you're kind of just working through it as best as you can. One more. So gently you can take a seat. We're actually gonna take the roller out and put it underneath our legs, getting those calves. Yeah? So you wanna walk it just underneath like the lower portion, more towards that soleus here. Now, a few different ways you could do this. You could just kind of sit and roll, yeah? Your arms are tired. If you are comfortable raising the hips, use your arm strength to raise those hips to hover. Little roll forward, little roll back, all right? Now, keep working. You wanna think too, you could do one leg. So maybe the other leg or foot comes to the floor. Lift the hips, roll out through there. And I kind of like to turn my leg inward and outward. Yeah, you'll find all that juicy, meaty part of the leg that you wanna roll out. It's almost like if you had a kneader and you were trying to roll out dough. I remember when I was going to physical therapy a few years ago, and they had one of those, like the pin roller, and I would lie on my tummy and they would do this, and I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. We don't realize how tight we are through the calves, okay? And then if you want to get the top of it, just kind of scooch that roller in closer. Get the top if you need to work it out there. Breathing in. Exhale. And again, if you find a tight spot, just hold it there. And again, maybe it's a little rock side to side. And kind of work your way progressively down, right? Do a few rocks at one part, maybe it's the middle of the calf. Breathe in, exhale, roll it down a little lower. Nice job. I'm switching out my legs. So relaxing. Intense but relaxing. Lift the hips when you're ready. Breathe in, exhale, take it up. And again, I start that. Turn the foot inward, getting the inseam of the leg, the back of the leg, and then turn it outward. Come back to your breath, breathing in. As it gets intense, you exhale, release the tension. And again, if you find that tight spot, hold it there. Either, again, you can take it forward and back or side to side. So this is gonna be so good, right? You may not realize the knots that you have in the body, especially because we're always working those muscles. But as you work the muscles, the muscle fibers tear, and then for the toning or musculature to happen, they have to replenish and repair. So sometimes that's where we get these knots happening. So just kind of work it out here. Big breath in. Ooh. All right, last one there for me. Let it release for a second. All right, we are going to get into IT band work. Now this can be an intense one. So I'm gonna start here. Bring that foam roller behind you. I'm gonna bend my legs, come into a side plank essentially. Lift the hips, and then we're gonna kind of get that foam roller right on the bottom, on the outside of the thigh. And then you can come down onto your forearm here. So we're gonna just start this roll here. Yeah, if you need to keep your feet on the floor for balance, you can. And then I want you to breathe with this. Inhale, exhale, roll through it. Now, if this is enough, you just rock and roll with this, okay? If you wanna get deeper, maybe we take that opposite foot forward, bottom leg can extend, and then if you gotta situate that roller just so it's into the outside of that rolling thigh, go for it. Oh, okay. You're gonna find when you're in the sweet spot here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slow roll through. And if you find that sweet spot and you need to kind of rock there again, little rocks forward and back. It's almost like a little cross thread or cross tread on it. working out through that, not that roll. And again, don't be slow, steady. You want to, again, make sure you're on the soft tissue, okay? Breathe in. Good, and exhale. Just take one more when you're ready, breathe it in. Exhale, let it go. Alrighty. From there, just kind of releasing for a second. We're gonna go ahead and switch sides. So just taking that roller, opposite side. Start in the side plank if you need to, okay? Shake it out. We'll lift those hips. We're gonna anchor that roller on an inch above the outside of the thigh. Side plank, we get on into when you're ready. And then just start that roll. Gently and controlled. How's your breath work? Deep breath in. Exhale. All right, now if you want to progress it, take that top foot over. You can resituate this foam roller, extend the bottom leg, and then just hold. Yep. Use again your upper body strength to help you here. Hold your body. Breathe in. Exhale as you roll it down. And remember, we're rolling it out like we're rolling out dough. So nice and smooth. And if you find a tension spot, hold it there. Little rocks to help you. Work through it. Take your time. And then you can also kind of roll onto the top of the thigh, the quad, if you want. You're on that supporting knee there. Where's your breath work? Breathe it in. And exhale. Nice job. Keep working it out here. One last one. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go. All right, good work. Now, if that's enough, you're gonna stick with that, okay? Otherwise, I want you to walk back onto your knees. We're actually gonna do the front of the shin, okay? So gently coming over your foam roller. We're gonna take just your right shin, okay? Make sure you're not on the knee joint. And then I want you to kind of scooch it to the outside, rolling through that soft tissue on the top outside of that shin. Now, your opposite knee is on the mat supporting you. Breathe in. Exhale, roll it out. Breathe in. Good, exhale. Now, again, progressing and working my way down the shin, right? I started at the top, then kind of getting towards the middle. And then as you get towards the middle, you're gonna go ahead and get even lower, almost towards that ankle. Breathe in, exhale. Now the ankle, I always know you might feel a little more extra soft tissue there. That's all right. Just be gentle. And remember, if it doesn't feel good, you can always back off. One more, inhale. Exhale. All right, switching out your legs when you're ready. You might feel that kind of blood flow go all the way back from the hip joint down into the ankle. And then again, switch your shins. Come to the top of that other shin. Your supporting knee, make sure it's kind of helping you here. So again, make sure it's not too far. Deep breath in, exhale. Starting at the top of the outside of the shin where you feel the soft tissue. And then working your way towards the middle. Then all the way down towards the ankle. Lean into it, let your body kind of melt into the foam roller. I swear, the more you do this, it does get a little easier. One more there. All right, last one. Now from here, you're gonna flip on over. We're gonna get the upper back. Scoot your hips down, lie it back. So you wanna think upper, middle, back between those shoulder blades. And then just kind of lift those hips and a little rock here. So I like to take the hands behind the nape of my neck, or kind of just making sure you're not tense, right? I'm holding my hair up here essentially. Elbows can be east and west. And then inhale on that roll down exhale. So getting kind of right where you do your retraction of the shoulder blades. If you feel tension in your neck, maybe tension through the shoulders, this is good to work it out. As you're holding here, again, you can always find where that knot is. Maybe you're rocking forward and back or side to side. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. Give yourself one more big breath in. Exhale, release. And gently, you can just roll over, lift it up, and then just take a second to let it go. Oh, you did it. Nice foam roll in your release. Ooh, shake out the neck. How's that feel for you? I hope everything feels a little bit more settled, a little bit more relaxed. Make sure you get a nice stretch and mobility selfie, and tag us at Activate with Amanda. Tag me at the Amanda Baxter. Any questions about what we did today, feel free to send me a note. I know foam rolling can definitely be intimidating, but the more you do it, it is so good for your self-care. It's going to help give your muscles, your tissues more longevity, and also speed up your recovery, right? So as much as you train, you also need that recovery. It's all about balance. Take care. I'll see you next time. Peace out.